Doctor, doctor, my goodness, what happened? It was an accident. She just rushed in without looking. What? This can't be happening. My God, how can this be? At a time like this? I swear on this day, Flora, I shall take care of Sarah. I shall protect her and get your husband out of prison. Mr. Joseph, all evidence have pointed towards you. So do you testify to this evidence and accept your judgment? Your Honor, I plead not guilty to the crime. Mr. Joseph have pleaded not guilty to the crime. So therefore, further investigation shall be carried out. And for the time being, Mr. Joseph shall remain in prison until his next trial. Thank you. Chairman Garu, the case have been shifted. The judge insisted on further investigation. I don't think we are free yet. What can they possibly suspect of us? As long as we clear every trace of evidence towards us, we shall be fine. During Joseph's trial, one of Garu's accomplices was present to witness everything that happened during the trial, and he reported all that he heard to Garu so that they can plan their next move. At that time, Grace, Flora's neighbor, took Sarah, Flora's child, in her care because Flora was no more. Mommy, are we going to see Daddy today? Sarah asked. Yes, Sarah, but it will be after school, okay? Let's go, you are getting late. Grace took Sarah like her own child, and it was normal for little Sarah to call her mother as she was the one who brought her up. Grace knew it wasn't the time to tell Sarah about what happened to her real mother because she was too little, and she decided to wait until Sarah have come of age. Sarah, take care, okay? I will come and pick you up later, Grace said with a smile. And it was midday. The teacher of Sarah's class brought all the students in front of the class and was asking them what they would like to be in the future. And when it was Sarah's turn, the teacher asked Sarah, "What do you want to be in the future?" And Sarah said with a smile, I want to be a lawyer." And everyone burst into laughter. And the teacher asked Sarah, "Sarah, why do you want to be a lawyer?" And Sarah said, "It is because I like their cap, that white hair on their head. I saw it when I went to visit my father in his workplace." And the teacher said, "Oh, I see." Later in the evening, Grace took Sarah to see her father after school. "Daddy, Daddy," Sarah shouted, being happy to see her father. "Oh, my Sarah, how are you doing? How was school today?" "School is fine. Daddy, when are you coming home? Mommy keeps saying soon and soon, but it is taking forever." "Don't worry, Sarah. I just have a little business here, and I will be back when I'm done with work, okay?" "But Daddy, every time I come here, you are always locked inside this iron room. Why, Daddy?" "Huh? You see, I am the one in charge of this structure here. I must complete it so I can get paid, okay? Don't worry too much." Sarah was confused why her father was always locked inside the cell every time she visits, and because Joseph doesn't want her to feel bad, he lied and told Sarah it is his job to structure and maintain the place. "Alright, Sarah, let's go home. It's getting late." Sarah was sad at that moment when they were going home. Sarah was brilliant and she was excellent in all her studies in primary school, and she continued her ambitions and dreams to become a lawyer. Just as she said at the time, her teacher asked her what she would like to become in the future. And it was 20 years later. Sarah had matured into a brilliant young woman who had fulfilled all her ambitions except one: to get her father out of prison. "Mom, I can't believe all this. You and Daddy have been lying to me. Dad have been in prison since I was 5, Mommy. Do you know how long that is?" Sarah said, being angry. "Sarah, please calm down. It's not what you think." "Not what I think? Okay, tell me, what do I think? Huh? Tell me, because I don't understand. How did he even end up in there at the first place? Sarah, it's a long story. Just calm down first, okay? You know what, Mom? I'm going out. You can call me whenever you're ready to tell me the truth because I think there's more to this, Sarah said, being angry. Sarah, wait, don't go. When Sarah found out her father was in prison, she got so upset and walked out of Grace, her mother's friend. Grace felt bad for herself for not telling Sarah about her father on time. At first, Grace was scared about how Sarah would react when she found out about her father, and even with Sarah's current reaction, Grace is even more afraid of how Sarah would feel when she finds out she's not a mother. Sarah, your mother will be calling your phone non-stop. I think you should go home and hear what she wants to say. Jennifer, what else does she have to say to me? Don't you get it? She lied to me since I was 5. Do you know how old I am now? Next year I will be 26. I think you should do the math. Sarah, she's your mother and she has her reasons. Maybe it was to protect you or something. Just go home, okay? Let me walk you. Jennifer is Sarah's close friend and she was also surprised when Sarah told her about her father, and even at that, Jennifer understood that there might be a reason why Sarah's mother didn't tell Sarah on time, and she decided to walk Sarah home that night. When Sarah got home, Grace was at the door entrance waiting for her. She had tears on her face. She knew it was the time to tell Sarah the whole truth. Sarah was shocked when she saw Grace with tears running down her cheek, and she asked, "Mommy, what is the matter? Why are you crying?" And Grace said, "Sarah, come and sit down. Let's talk. Sarah, I will always love you as my daughter. I made a promise to your mother the day she died that I will raise you as my own. I'm sorry. I didn't tell you sooner. I didn't know how you would feel because you were so little at that time." And at that moment, Sarah was shocked and life became more realistic to her. And she left Grace without saying a word, and she went into her room and started crying that night, while Grace was at the parlor with tears running down her cheek. Later that night, Grace went to Sarah's room to talk to her. She revealed what happened and how her father ended up in cell, and how her mother Flora had an accident when she was looking for a lawyer to represent her father in court. And after Sarah heard all that Grace had said, Sarah said, "I will make sure that the true criminals who committed this crime is brought to justice, and I will get my father out of prison." And Grace said, "Calm down, Sarah. There's a lot of dangerous men in our town. Let us leave it to the police to do their job." And Sarah said, "Mom, what have the police been able to do for the past 20 years? I don't care who they are. I am my father's daughter and I fear no man," Sarah said to Grace. The next day, Sarah went to the police station to see her father, Joseph. She said, "Father, all this while you have been hiding this secret from me. The woman I thought was my mother is not." And her father said, "Sarah, you don't understand. This is complicated." "I totally understand, Father. You won't stay in here for long. I will get you out of here, Father." Oh, my little Sarah. Sarah vowed to get her father out of prison that moment. When Sarah got home, she saw on the news about the new community chief of Bakoko City after the late Chief Eze, and they also announced about the ongoing case still on investigation. When Sarah saw Garu on the television, she felt something was off about the way Garu spoke, and she went further on to do some findings about Garu and the late Chief Eze. And she discovered that Garu and the late Chief Eze had a misunderstanding before Chief Eze went missing, and it all happened 25 years ago. Sarah then called her friend Jennifer and told her about what she discovered about Garu. "Hello Sarah, what's up?" Hey Jennifer, hope you are not too busy. There's something I found and I want to discuss it with you. No Sarah, I'm just getting out of the bathroom. Tell me, what did you find? I was doing some research and I discovered that Chief Eze and Chairman Garu had a beef before Chief Eze went missing 25 years ago. What? Really? Yes, and it's not just that. Chief Eze did not want Garu to be the next community leader of Bakoko City, and I think it has a connection with the late chief disappearance. What do you want to do with this discovery of yours? Well, I will take it to the police station and write a statement about it. Sarah, that case between Chief Eze and Garu is an old case, and besides, I don't think the police will accept it because it has no connection with what happened to the chief. All evidence is pointing towards your father at the moment. So you think my father is guilty? Is that what you are trying to say? No Sarah, don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is that evidence is too weak to be presented in court. You know what? There's a big possibility that this is the major reason the chief disappeared, and I shall prove it before the judge. Let's talk later, Jennifer. Let me quickly do something, okay? Alright, Sarah. Thank God I am finally one step ahead. Shaman Garu. Osas. What do you have for me? Shaman, earlier today, one of the boys reported that he saw a lady buying different newspapers concerning you, and she was buying them in bulk. Newspapers? Of me? What for? That is what I'm trying to find out, Shaman. All these little rats. Let them try me and see. I will make them disappear. Eh? Osas! Osas! Want them oh! Want them oh! Gary was shocked when he heard that there was a lady buying newspapers and reports about him, and this made him upset. Gary also told his boys to find out about the mysterious lady. In the evening, when Grace got home, Sarah told her about what she found about Garu, and Grace was surprised, and she told Sarah to stay away from anything related to Garu because Garu is a dangerous man. Don't you see it? Chief Eze and Garu have a history together, and just like you said, Garu is a dangerous man. He must have a hand in the chief disappearance at that time. Sarah, just stay away from Garu. He has eyes everywhere. Half of the community is controlled by him, but he is not bigger than the law. Sarah, please. No, mother. Tomorrow, we will write a petition against Garu concerning the case of the late Chief Eze. I will have some of my colleagues to sign it as well. Garu must come and defend himself in court. And don't forget, mother, I am a lawyer now and I can make that happen. When Grace tried to talk Sarah out of bringing back the case Garu had with the late chief, Sarah refused, and there was nothing Grace could do, as Sarah is no longer the little girl of before. She have grown into a brilliant young woman who must stay strong to fight for her father.